What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Fat Man Aquatics. Hope you're all having a splendid day. I know I am. Today's video was going to be part 2 of the 55-gallon restoration project. In this video, we're going to work on getting off the trim as well as removing the old seals. Hope you enjoy the video. Now let's get to work. Alright, just to give you a quick rundown of the tools I'm using. Got an old drywall knife, tile and glass scraper, as well as just a standard razor blade. I'm going to start off by working on trying to get this upper trim off. And I'm just going to take the drywall knife and work it across and work on breaking that seal all the way along. Be careful. You don't want to scrape your glass all up. Alright, once you've gone all the way around the outside, we're going to move to the inside, work on cutting the seal along the top. Now remember, guys, be patient, take your time.
Slow down some.
You don't want to accidentally slice a finger. You don't want to dig in or break your trim. You definitely don't want to scratch up your glass. So once you have the majority of the seal cut away, from there you can go back to your wall knife and just start running it right over the glass and under the seal, under the trim, sorry. Make sure you get all the way to the outside edge, and it'll work itself loose.
One eternity later.
Alright, now that we have that trim off, we can work on cleaning the rest of the gunk off this glass and working our way to removing the old seals. Real quick, I wanted to take a second, guys. You can see kind of this little distortion right here. After I removed the trim, I found 2 or 3 spots like this where there's a little slight chip in the glass. It was completely hidden under the trim. This side was really hard for me to take off, and there was these little spots of this darker brown, what looks like construction sealant, mixed into some of the clear sealant. I had a really hard time cutting through that and getting this piece off. Those 2 things kind of make me think that this tank has probably been resealed in the past before. No big deal. These chips are superficial. I can't even really feel them. And they're hidden under the trim anyways and at the top of the tank, so I'm not too worried about leaks or anything. I'm going to go ahead and continue on with this project. Alright, once you have the bulk of it off, I highly recommend taking a clean razor blade and going over it all again. You may be surprised at how much more you'll get off. Maybe even do it a 3rd time. After that, I'm going to use some acetone. You don't have to go out and buy a jug like this. I already had it for other projects I've done. Depending on the size of the tank, you can probably get away with just getting 1 or 2 bottles of fingernail polish remover from your local dollar store. That's probably going to be enough to get it done. Then I'm just going to take this and I'm going to clean up what residue is left. This is another time where you want to be real mindful of the seams between your glass. Don't let a lot of this saturate in there because it will dissolve the glue in there as well. Alright, I'm going to get the top of this cleaned off and then start on the corners. A couple things I want to mention before I start removing this old seal. Pay attention to which side the glass panes are overlapping on. When you're cutting the old seal, cut from one side and then the other, and try not to go into the seam between the two panes of glass. If you blow out this seam here, you may have to tear the entire tank apart and re-glue the entire thing back together. I've never done that personally, so I don't know exactly how difficult it is or how easy it is or how much money's involved in doing that. I know Joey over at the King of DIY has several videos on rebuilding tanks as well as building new ones from scratch. Or find some of the other guys on YouTube who've done the same thing. For me, this tank was free. If I blow one of these seals, I'm going to start questioning whether it's worth continuing with the project. I'm trying to do everything on a budget, so I don't want to spend too much time or too much money on any one project. I want to get a project finished and on to the next one. Get fish in here and get them breeding. So just keeping that in mind, guys. Again, come from either side and try not to get in between the glass panes. All the old seals are out. Got most of the residue cleaned off. Hope you guys enjoyed the videos. I'll see you next time, and remember to get out there and get fishy. An old drywall blade